you're new here, I'm Alex, and this is my channel Frank Fiction, where I talk about pretty much anything I want related to books and the book publishing industry. The title of this video is not clickbait, this is real. I will not be purchasing any books for 1 year. I originally had the idea to reduce the number of books that I was buying after I felt like my TBR was getting a little out of hand, I was running out of shelf space, and I also wanted to make an effort to go to the library more often. A while back, I watched a video by With Cindy when she was still Read with Cindy, and in that video she talks about how she saves a lot of money by not buying books, not really buying anything. She considers herself a minimalist, and with that she is able to save a significant amount of her income. I would not by any means consider myself to be a minimalist. I buy too many things for that, but it did put a bug in my brain to try to not consume as much, not to buy things that I didn't need or to overbuy. In the case of books, I was buying books that I wouldn't be able to get to for a really long time, and despite the fact that my purchases were outpacing my reading speed, I still thought that it was okay to fill my shelves. I no longer think that that's a particularly great idea. Recently, my boyfriend Keaton and I started making plans with a couple of our friends to take a vacation together next year. One of the things that I feel like I have to do, it's a bucket list item for me, is to go to Powell's City of Books in Portland, Oregon. That store is the largest new and used bookstore in the entire world, and going to go see it is incredibly important to me. I thought about it for a few days after we came up with this plan to go on this trip, and I made the decision that I thought it would be a really good idea for me not to purchase any books for 1 year in anticipation for going on the trip. Keaton ended up teasing me that he was going to buy me some AA coins to help me stay on track because he knows that I have a problem when it comes to buying books. And he wasn't kidding. He actually bought them. I don't know if you're going to be able to see these, but these are aluminum monthly AA coins. And yes, I really am going to be earning these. The package hasn't been opened yet because I haven't earned my first coin, which I'm going to be getting at the beginning of August because I have not purchased any books in July. He will be keeping track of all of the coins. I will not have access to any of them except the ones that I have already earned. Now, I should know, because this whole idea started in the month of July, that I obviously can't count any of the books that I purchased in the first 6 months of this year. And we also had an agreement, Keaton and I, that the one book that I currently have pre-ordered also will not count because I put it on order before I came up with this idea. So I'm gonna give that caveat right now. So the agreement is for every coin I earn, and I can earn 1 coin a month, that I will be able to purchase 2 books at Powell's City of Books. How I would potentially get up to being the very key phrase here, 24 books home, that is still in the works. I probably would have to take a suitcase just for the books to be able to fly them back home. But the nice part of this is buying 24 books at one time. I guess for some people that's not a lot, like they might have a habit of doing that more regularly or several times throughout the year. For me, that is a lot of books to buy at once. So holding off for a whole year and knowing that I can potentially buy 24 doesn't necessarily mean that I will. And I have a theory, unless I really get overly excited, that I actually would end up buying less than that during my trip, which would also be good for me. So if I'm successful, at least part of the way through this experiment, and I am going to call it an experiment because I've never done anything like this before. I have never gone a year without buying books. If I go, let's say 4 months, and I've earned 4 coins, and I'm in the 5th month, and I go and I buy a book, I have to turn in the 4 coins that I've already earned, meaning I'm giving up the chance to buy 8 books at Powell's in exchange for whatever books I decide to buy now. Yes, the longer I go without buying books, the more I'm going to be driven to want to, because I enjoy the collecting of books. I think they're beautiful. I enjoy presenting them. I like the way that they look on my shelves. There's just something very satisfying about owning books. So the longer that I go without buying one, the harder it's going to be for me. That said, I also stand to lose a lot the longer that I go without buying any books, because then that's fewer books that I can buy at Powell's. Because remember, I'm only allowed to purchase up to 24 when I get to Powell's, and that is equal to however many coins that I have. So if I go there and I have no coins, I went to Powell's for nothing. I'm delaying my gratification, and I think that that's something in our society of everything being available immediately, we don't do enough. And I can honestly say if I can do this, if I can go 1 year and be successful, I'm going to feel really proud. And I'm also probably going to have a new appreciation for the things that I actually need versus just things that I want. So I think it's kind of a double benefit. So to keep me honest, I am going to go over all of the books that I have purchased this year with you and how much money I spent on them. That was already something that I was tracking because I was planning on making a video about it at the end of the year. I didn't really expect to have this idea in July, so I've been tracking literally since January. I will not have to turn in coins for books that I receive as gifts because I think that that would be pretty crappy because that's not inside my control. While I wouldn't have to turn in coins for that, I am also going to include on this list the books that I received as gifts because those will also make it into a video at the end of the year because I'm still going to tally up and include all of these stats in my statistics wrap-up video. Okay, so my books that I got in 2023 are as follows. I got a Lessons in Chemistry, which was a book of the month for $17. I got Georgie All Along, which was also a book of the month, but I got it for free as my birthday add-on. The Known World, which was gifted. Legends and Lattes, which I got with a Barnes & Noble gift card. Light from Uncommon Stars, which I also got with a Barnes & Noble gift card, so I didn't pay cash. Bunny was with a Barnes & Noble gift card. Free Water, which I accidentally paid cash for because I thought I had more on the Barnes & Noble gift card than I did, so that was for $16.84. And then as a combined purchase in one go to one of my local bookstores, I bought 4 books, Hell Follows With Us, Other Birds, The 10,000 Doors of January, and The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot. And I got all 4 of those books for $90.91. I then purchased A Lass Away for $22.46. I was gifted Double Copperhead. I got the Book of Lorath for $28.85 and the Book of Lilith for $17.60. And then I had pre-ordered In the Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune for $27.17. I got Pyramids by Terry Pratchett for $10.69. And then my one pre-order that I have that I will not receive until October 12th of this year is the 11th trade of Saga because I couldn't not buy that. I waited a really long time for them to start making the comics again. So now anytime one of those comes available, I have to buy it. I'm a huge fan. Like a complete dummy, I totally forgot to tell you what the total amount I spent on the books was for 6 months, and that is $246.81. Now, is the number of books that I just read a lot for a haul, if you will, on Booktube? No, especially when you consider that that's 6 months worth of books. I know that there's a lot of people who get way more books than that, who read a lot more books than that. But again, I was already working on purchasing fewer books for the year. This, to me, even the amount that I have right now, feels like I bought a lot. So during this year of not being able to buy books, I'm going to be working through my backlog for my TBR, and I will also be getting books from the library. With that, wish me luck. I will be keeping you up to date on my process whenever I do my monthly wrap-up videos. If I've earned another coin, I will be telling you about it. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, that you all stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.